Hi guys, how are you? I'm fine. I hope all of you are fine. So, I'm going to show you something real quick. This is a real quick one, I hope. So, I made this journal the other day. It's not done. I just want to show you a pocket, how to do it. So, this is a pocket. You can put something behind it, and you can, this is what I want to show you in this video though, is that you can tuck this into this paper clip. Now, I don't know if anybody's ever done this before. This is the first time I've ever done it. It's like was a brain thing to me. So I'm going to show you how I did it. So you just take an envelope, any envelope you have, and you get your book, you get an empty page, and you see, that's kind of pretty, I like that back. There is one back page I'm not overly thrilled with. That's this one. I just don't like how it, I don't know, I don't care for it. So we're going to put this right here, and we're just going to eyeball it, okay? I had a pencil. Okay, we're just going to eyeball it. I know I want it here, and I know I want it about there. So I know my envelope is way off, and that really doesn't matter that much, but it will matter a little bit. So let's do this one more time. I'm going to put it here and here. That's pretty close. Okay, so those are my markings. Now I'm going to open my envelope up, and I'm not going to get all crazy with measuring perfectly, but I'm going to just go in here, and then I'm going to cut this across, only because you don't have to do this if you have a better eye than me, but I don't have that great of an eye, so I am going to come in and cut as like where I think that line is down there. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I really want it to be close. So I'm going to do this again over here, and I'm going to just try to get as close as I can to that black line down there. And it is a little hard to get perfect. I mean, you don't have to get it perfect. See, I'm a little off. Right there, I'm a little off. And this didn't cut perfect. But it doesn't have to be perfect, guys. So let's open this up. You'll have to come down here and cut that. And cut that, okay? So we're going to open that up. All of it. And we're going to score. Pull this little thing off if it's still there. And we're going to score real quick. Get your scoreboard. Line this up. You're going to pull this down, right? Then you're going to line this up with this, the end of this. See? We're going to line it up with some place to score. I always lose this. Okay. We're going to come all the way down into the flap. We're going to do this side also. Try to get it. We can trim anything up we have to trim up, okay? So, pull that down. Then get your trimmer. And we're going to trim this. It does not have to be perfect, but we want it to be this, about 3/8 of an inch. But it doesn't have to be. It can be, if you cut it different, it doesn't matter. That's my son. Usually I would say something, but He's only going to be here a little while, so I will let him scream at his game. Okay. Okay, we're going to cut down here a little bit. Just a little bit. You don't have to go crazy. And then, if you want, you can look at this. And, okay, you don't have to do this. But I do this because I'm a weirdo. And, things have to be the same. Okay? See that? We're going to flip it. And they're not exactly the same. Okay? So I'm just going to go like this. And I'm going to cut these. Kind of at an angle, but not too much of an angle. And then they should be the same. They should be. They may not. I don't even think they are. But it's all right. They are way off. Is that close? Closer. Still not close. Closer though. I'm leaving it. That's good enough. Okay, so then this has got to get trimmed off too. And we're just going to go like this. Go like this. And then trim down on the inside of where we scored it. Same thing with this one. And I'm going to tell you, these are never the same for me, so it's okay. It doesn't have to be identical. This is crafting. We get the license to be off a little bit. Okay, there we go. That's pretty close. I like that. So then we're going to pull this in like so. And we're going to crease it. And we're going to pull this in like so. And we're going to crease it. And that's it. Now, that's not it though. Not for me. I want this cut off right here. Right there. And this side too. And it's easier to do if you do it before you glue it. Just like that. And then I'm going to cut just on the inside of the score line. Just like that. Yeah, it's not perfect. It doesn't have to be. Same thing on this side. Nope, it doesn't have to be perfect. So that's our envelope. It's done. And it will fit right here, right? So then we have to get a paper clip. First though, I'm going to ink it. And I'm sorry, that's going to take a minute. But it's going to be a lot easier to ink it while it is open like this than when it is closed. Oh, what a horrible job of inking it I'm doing. I'm so sorry. A lot of it's going to be covered up anyhow, so it's okay. And I'll probably stencil on the inside. And hello to Bubby. Yeah, nobody looking at this journal is gonna judge my inking. Okay. Bubby, what are you doing? Okay. So then we have that. We have to find a paper clip. Can be any kind of paper clip you want to use. I was hoping I had another white one. I do not see a white one. They're all just going to fall out at me. So I'll use that one. But you really can use any one you want. Hey, you could even use, if you wanted to. No, not that one. I thought it was on something else. I thought it was on something else. No mumbling. Okay, so you take this paper clip and you put it right. Okay, first we're going to glue it shut. Should we glue it shut? Yes. Y'all, I glued the wrong end shut. I'm such an idiot. It's alright, it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Okay, that's okay. This side still comes down. It's fine. So, this, you're going to put this. See the big side and see the little side. We're going to put the big side down like so. See? But we're going to put the little side, before we glue it, we want the little side on top of the envelope. And we want to pull it down so that it's easy. You only want like about 1/4 of an inch showing. Like that. Okay? Then we're going to take our glue gun. Gosh, I hope it's hot enough. We're going to take our glue gun and we're going to glue this down. And it can be as sloppy as it needs to be. It doesn't have to be perfect. Kind of, I hope it's a little really sloppy so you can see something. Okay, so we're going to just use whatever we can. This is a tool for your scoreboard, but it works for this too. Okay, so that glue is dry. Okay, we don't have to worry about it though, because you can come in with your hot glue gun and heat that glue back up. That is why hot glue is a good medium to work with, but you have to know how to work with it. You can't just keep adding hot glue or you end up with an icky mess. See? Okay, but we want that icky mess just right now. We want it. And then just, if you got the silicone tools, just pull the hot glue off and throw it over there. Okay, so then we have this. And we want to cover it with something. So decide what will fit. I love that little deer. I love it. But I also love this little bunny over here. The little bunny fits good too. So you have to decide, what a bummer, what fits. And I'm going to use, because I'm going to put some of these trees in here, similar. So this is what I'm going to use. And it's pretty easy to measure this, because we're just measuring our pocket all the way. I keep losing my pencils. So this goes like right there, and then over here it will go right there. And then cut it. This is going to be one of the easiest pockets you ever made, and also it's going to have nope, I want that mushroom, I think. So let's do this again. Let's erase our little lines. That line is going to stay, but that's my cat. This line, and that's a fox, not a bunny. This line is the one that's going to change because we have the mushroom here. We can drag that mushroom in and it kind of draws it in. So, right about there. And right about there. So, first things first. Let's do this line. And then we still have all of this up here to use because that is beautiful cabbage rose. So where was my line? Right about there. And then there. And then I can still use the beautiful cabbage rose, that ribbon up here with the butterfly and the deer. It's still got a lot I could use for something. Okay, then I have to cut this little itty bitty bit. Whoops. Come on. That little itty bit. Okay. So this is what we got. This is our little scene, and we're only going to have to trim a little tiny bit off. And first we're going to measure up here. Okay? So I know I want this to come right there. I got too much junk on my desk. My craft table, don't take that. My craft table is a mess. Okay, then I'm going to measure from the top of where, like this is the picture. So I'm going to measure from the top by eye right there. And I barely want a gap. I want like an eighth of an inch of a gap. Then I'm going to come down here, measure again, cut that little itty bitty tiny piece off. Right? Bring it back over to our very messy like glue gun, and we're going to measure. And that looks pretty good, so let's ink it. Don't ink the inside, like, don't ink that, but ink the bottom and the sides, because you want your picture to go back together. You don't want it to be cut off by ink. glue it down. Use whatever glue you like. I like my ATG. This tape is really good for doing basic projects. Like this pocket is not going to get a lot of wear and tear. It will be just fine. Lay it down, pull it up, and then just give this the tiniest bit of a trim because you have glue on it and you don't want it to glue it shut. Okay. Cute, cute. Okay, let's do the same with this. And then you're going to see that hot glue is going to smooth out when we get done and help hold this one down, make it more secure. We're just going to put this one down here like so. Line it up good. Okay, we're done. Almost. Hold on 1 minute, guys.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Hey guys, my son was just telling me about a deal you get at McDonald's now. It's a whole lot of food for $12. Okay, so this is the kicker. You had all that glue up underneath there and it's not smooth. Then you take your heat gun, heat it up. Come back in, and the good part of hot glue is you can heat it up and smooth it out as many times as you need to. Like so. Okay, heat it up again. You can heat it up as many times as you want. You can smooth it out. As soon as you see the paper under the paper move, start smoothing. And not only does it set that paper clip in there permanently almost till you reheat it, but you can use that glue up underneath there to keep your paper held down. And it's perfect. Like, hot glue is a good thing if you know how to use it. So let that hot glue set real good. As soon as you feel the coolness behind the paper, it's set. And then, watch, I love it. You just tuck that in there. Your pocket's going to stay closed. It's not real visible. And it comes out pretty easy also. That's that. I'm going to put on the back of mine. I know a lot of people just put a bead of glue and you put it down and that's good. And that is great if that's how you do it. But I get some little scraps of the paper that I've been working with. And I use them to make hinges. And maybe I don't have any in there that's good for hinges. Well, then I come up here into my scrap box that has a bunch of junk in it, and I look for a piece of paper. I love those pockets. I'm going to use them someday. I didn't make them. They were a gift. And a swap. Okay. I can use this paper. But sometimes I have pre-made hinges, and those are even better. to a 1/2 inch, skip that 1/2 inch and go down to the next inch marker, and then do it again, skip that one, and then you'd go down to this one, and I'm going to make a mark right there because I know I want to cut right there. I'm going to get that little mark showing where I want to cut it off. I'm going to do that first. Something sounded weird. Okay, I'm going to throw that away. Then I'm just going to come down between those two marks, like where they were, 1/2 inch. Got that. And this one, I'm going to lose a little bit, but that's all right. Get that right there on the 1 inch mark. Gently put that over. Okay, so now I have 2 hinges. And why do I use a hinge? Because it makes my pocket a little sturdier, for one, and it makes it more tougher. Like, I think it makes it tougher. Holds more. Okay. So, that's the front of my pocket. I need a hinge here. I need a hinge here, and it's going to be a little close, but I'm still going to do it because this hinge down here can go all the way across. So, yeah. Let me get my hinge for down there. Let me cut this hinge so I don't get confused. And this hinge is going to go along the bottom minus that other hinge. Will be right approximately right there. And so long as I use these right, they will fit just fine. Goes there. And this one goes there. Then this one goes on the other side. So then you have hinges. And then we'll put it in the book. This is the page. Remember that? Okay. And we will put it right here. I don't put mine all the way to the bottom. You know, all the way to the bottom, or all the way inside, or all the way on the other side for that matter. I just like to have that little show that it's a pocket, I guess. Let me get my pin back in this glue. Okay, so I showed you how to make an envelope pocket out of an ordinary envelope. How you can modify your envelope to be anything. Like any size envelope that's bigger than your page can be made smaller. And then this little flap tucks right into that upside down paper clip. And you have a very nice closure. And you'll decorate it any way you want. Maybe you want to glitter up your trees, or put a piece of ribbon across it somewhere, or whatever you want to do, but I like that it's a little plain. I might glitter those trees. I don't know. But I like it. Okay, guys. I'll talk to you next time. And if I don't talk to you before Christmas, you have a very Merry Christmas. And I hope all your Christmas dreams come true. And if you need a miracle, I hope you get it. Y'all, bye.